Hi, everybody. Today is a great day because I have the pleasure of interviewing Ko Phanasa from M Pageantry. So we're just waiting for her to log in. I can't see you. Hi, everybody. Today is a great day because I have the pleasure of interviewing Ko Phanasa from M Pageantry. So we're just waiting.
Rafa, can you
Hi.
see me? Rafa, can
I
you
can't.
see me?
No, I can't.
You can.
Okay, now
Now?
I can. Hi.
Hi, Rafa. How are you?
Good. Let me just check the YouTube channel if it's uploading. 1 second.
You look much younger.
How old do you think I am?
29, I think.
Oh, I love you. Well, as you know, we Asians are very lucky. It's
Yes.
something about our genes that make us like
Yes.
50 years younger than our real age. So, well, you look like you're 15.
Oh, thank you so much. Because I share the same lucky gene as you, probably.
That's right. That's right. So, what does your hat say?
Oh, it's my name and Ko Phanasa.
Oh, I love it. Did you have it?
Because why? Because today we're going to talk something grand. So I need a cap that show that, I'm really grand.
That's right. And why do you think I put the Miss Grand International crown in the background?
Yes, I love your backdrop, such an amazing artwork. So have you done yourself? Have you done by yourself?
It's an app called Fonto. It's very
Oh,
easy. It's very, very easy. Yeah. So
so
once,
creative.
yeah, thank you. Thank you. I like this picture of you because you look so calm. You look very
Mhm.
serene and,
Thank you.
yeah, and just very natural. So anyway, we have a lot of things to talk about.
Yes, that's right. And I'm telling you, Rafa, tomorrow I'm going to attend the net course, okay, competition because I was invited. So it can be some of content that you can talk for your program, okay?
Okay, that's
Uh-huh.
wonderful. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. I can't wait to watch it. I'm doing something during the national competition, but I would love to see the recording, the videotape afterwards, and then I'm going to react to that. Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
well, first and foremost, I'm very delighted to meet you, at least virtually, face to face. And when I saw this new pageant site, it's called M Pageantry, I was very curious. Like, what is this pageantry all about? And so I started stalking their activity and following the Instagram account. And I also started, and which led to your account, and I started following you. Okay, and I said,
Yes.
okay, well, they seem to be doing wonderfully as far as covering
Mm-hmm.
pageants. Now, my first question to you is, how in the world did you get involved with pageants in the first place?
Okay, right. Probably you actually one of the part of my pageantry experience because I'm a fast size fans, and I remember still today. You asked quite a tricky question to fast side in Atlanta, and I think it's tough. But first I already gave you the answer, and then it became the big news. So I watch you very closely, and I become your follower in your YouTube since then because I think, oh, this man, he actually an intelligent, but somehow he's sort of satirical as well. So very witty. I mean, you know.
Well,
So
thank you. Well, I think a lot of people do not understand what satire is because especially in Asian culture, it's not very, what is the word? It's not very popular as a use of literary style. So that's why when I
mm,
use satire when I analyze pageants, especially if the contestant is from Asia, the
mhm.
fans get very sensitive and they started attacking me and they calling me all sorts of names. I mean, when I did the that interview with Fasai in Atlanta, she was caught off guard basically with
Mm,
my questions, and of course, a lot
mm,
of Thai fans did not
mhm.
appreciate that. They thought they blamed me for her loss, even though she was my favorite. She was actually my favorite for the crown because
I know.
you know what I mean? Because I followed her all through, and I think Thailand hasn't won Miss Universe in a very long time, and I think it's time for this country to shine again. Okay, so you got started in pageantry. Now, I also read in your bio that you studied in you lived and studied in Australia.
Yes, that's right. That's
Okay.
right. So I would, give a little bit of my bio.
Yes,
I
please.
mean the real one. Okay.
Mhm.
I am actually Thai born. All right, but I'm got Chinese ethnic 100%. But I'm a Thai, Chinese Thai born Chinese, and I can still keep my language. Hainanese. I'm a Hainanese. So I can speak Thai, English, Hainanese friendly, and I rather not to say French because I love French and I used to study French, so I just can read a little bit, but no longer speak. Okay, I have to revive it again,
Right.
and I'm actually the finance person. I got very thorough finance background. I got business administration, majoring in finance in Kasetsart University, one of the top university in Thailand. And then I work in the financial sector, which is at Central Patana, which is the biggest conglomerate who own Central Supermarket, Central Department Store. If you ever heard about Central brand or something, yes, I used to work there as a finance assistant financial controller, and most of my duty is like treasury management. So I have to do a lot of treasury management and contact with a lot of security institutions at the time. And I worked for a couple of 2 years somehow, and I got a hands into international management as well, because I work in a company that is the only franchisee that allowed to sell Fortune magazine, Forbes magazine, and Time magazine. So that's why I'm so I got a lot of interest in many fields, especially in economy, because I'm a sort of, my background is strongly economic one. And after then, I I was accepted by University of Melbourne, the #1 university in Australia, and in the finance field, which is the #1 as well. I got into University of Melbourne. I started with a postgraduate of finance first for a year, which is the content is actually the same like the rigorous master one.
Right.
So for me, I can tell that I got the first master. All right. Okay. And after postgrad of finance, the percentage of the passer is so so low. It's pretty tough, because in only 5% out of all candidates, I mean from graduate of this program, only just 5% can go on to study another course like a master in University of Melbourne, and I'm just one of 5%.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm so
you sound like
proud.
you sound like you're very smart.
Okay, you will know, okay, once we
So-
advance in your program,
So
because I'm pretty ready, because I know that I'm talking with a very intelligent man, in the world of YouTuber. I think you're probably one of the top.
what do you want for your Christmas present?
Probably have the dinner with you in Canada, if you still like living in Canada at the moment.
I live in the United States. I live in the
Oh,
East
really?
Coast, yeah, in the state of Massachusetts. But I was wondering, are you going to Miss Universe in May in Atlanta?
Pardon? Say again?
Are you attending Miss Universe in Miami
Florida?
in April?
Oh, To be honest, I'm quite not sure yet because it's pretty close. It's just about almost 2 months. And because Thailand is actually wouldn't have been affected much by COVID-19.
Right.
But I think in terms of apply for US visa is pretty hard. I heard that. So I think it's going to be a very thorough
Very challenging.
yes a process or sort of. It would take quite a long time. And also during this time I just got so busy schedule. I've been around just almost every day and get home very late. So I'm quite not sure if I could manage the time. But if I wouldn't, I think I could rely on you, Rafa. Will you attend?
Yes, I will. I'm going to send my private jet to pick you up in Thailand and fly you across the Pacific and onto
yes, please.
Florida.
Yes, please. I would love to. And yes, and then I go on to start a study Master of Applied Finance at the same University of Melbourne. And actually, I would love, in my initial plan, I applied for PR in Australia, permanent residency, because I would like to, I'm qualified to do doctorate degree. But the thing is, I would like to reduce my tuition fee as an international student. It's quite large. So I got enough point to apply for permanent residency on Australia. But I think the destiny wouldn't give me at the time, because I send the postal to the immigration bureau, which actually located in Adelaide, but I was in Melbourne, right? And the post office just stamped the date, which is still in deadline, the last day. But and then I just flew back to Thailand to attend to attend my grandfather, which terminally ill at the time.
I'm sorry.
And I'm pretty shocked, because when I went back to Australia, I got a letter from the bureau said that, oh, your application was rejected. I was shocked. And you know what ground that they reject me? They said that because the postal came to the office in Adelaide, over the deadline. I said, what? Because it should consider according to the date that the post office stamped, which is in the deadline, right? So I went back. I went to the appellate court for immigration and said that I don't think it's fair. I spend a lot of money on the process, to apply. That. I think you know that, and I said that it's not fair. How you process, how you see that I'm not qualified because of the, my application would get you over the deadline. They said, oh, we got a lot of inspector, and it's depend on your luck. You see, it depends on your luck, or whether that inspector, yes, whether that inspector would dispense that discretion. And I just the unlucky one, the misfortunate one.
Did you try again? I mean, you have to keep trying until you succeed.
Yeah, right? I did. I spent a lot of money, and until I was out of my pocket, to pay for a solicitor, to appeal. And then they just upheld, because they said that they stood for they stood for the how can I say, the hearing at the first court. So I became I just can't be a permanent residency, and then I just came back to Thailand straight away, and I just start my own business, which is nothing relating to finance. I'm actually property, in a property one. So yep. So I deal a lot with the big company, public company. Actually, Rafa, I tell you, you're the first one in the world, okay? Outside my cycle that I'm going to tell you my real bio, okay?
Okay, sure. I'm all ears.
Yes. So, right, I worked, I set my own business without nothing, okay? Because I wouldn't ask anything from my parents. It's like a challenge.
You're
because
too
I
proud.
think that,
I think you're too proud, though. I think
yeah,
that's part of the Asian culture, right? It's you don't want to rely so much on your family
yes,
especially for financial assistance. But
yes.
at the same
At the,
time,
yeah,
they're your last resort. If you're really desperate, you don't have any choice
yes,
but to ask
yes,
support.
yes. I mean, I just think that if I ask them, I have to trade off my independence. I think that I would love my independence, and I would love to speak my mind, and I would love to, to oppose whatever I think that, it's not, no, I'm not that way. I don't, I disagree with you. I would like to speak with my own voice, full voice. So that's why I didn't ask them for financial assistant, but I'm so lucky at the time, that
You can do because
yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
yes,
Yeah, you're free. Yeah.
unfortunately, lands down quite, a big contract. So that's why it's just my beginning point to do business, and then I just go on do business in the property field. And the last one is I construct my project myself. I mean, I'm the owner of the property project. So but in free time, and it's my secret passion is about beauty pageant. That's why it's just like my IG sort of, it's my outlet, emotional outlet. It's
Well,
like
I think emotional and creative outlets. You
yes,
know,
yes,
it's some.
you know
I mean, for me, pageants is like some type of escapism. I mean, sometimes you can only take so much of your daily boring routine, and what do you do to break that routine? Watch pageants. You know what I mean? So,
Rafa, can you imagine? I think you probably might get some notion that um sometimes inside of you would like to do something, but outside you just can't do it. So it's just like me during that time. I work among men. My employee, engineer, safety man, a sort of, they all men, and everything just rushing. And you got to be very determined and very strong mind, decisive. All hardest thing in the world. But actually, but inside we all all need some softened element. And I find that watching beauty queens, how they show on the stage and gliding, sort of make a turn. It's just
mhm.
like my comfort zone, I
Right.
can say.
Now, wait a
So
minute.
that's why I engaging in beauty pageant secretly.
Did you ever compete in a pageant?
Oh no. Oh no.
Why not?
I think sometimes I think if I ever, if I did make some mistake, because when I was 15 years old, actually, then I attend one concert in Bangkok, and when I standing outside the gate, as a spectator, there's a modeling just approach me and said, and give her name card and said that, are you interested in modeling industry or entertainment industry? But at the time, I'm very nerd. I'm
You're
just
naive.
yeah, just like to studying, would like to get because I long dream of being doctor, because my family groomed me to be a doctor.
Pressure. Yeah.
So it's like something in my head that I would study hard and to be at the top of the class, to get into the medical school sort of. So I just reject them flatly. Like I keep their name card, but I never contact. And even they call my parents just reject them flatly also. But when I grew up, I saw that, oh, I think I miss something, because they earn a lot of money. You see. So a lot of people just met me and said that, oh, Go, you actually look good in person. You look like someone that can work in the industry, sort of. I said, no, I'm not. Never have a chance.
Well, isn't it funny though how people how other people's perception in a way
Yes.
sort of like affect you, your way of thinking. You know, when people
Yes.
come to you, oh, you should be a model, you should be a model. Me, a model? No, I don't look like a model. You know, you live in that stage of denial, and then you realize,
Yes.
okay, well, you know what? I really don't want to be model. I want to earn more money. Okay, that's my goal.
Yes. I mean, when I was young, I just only think about, just only one way. I don't have like the second part or the third part, no alternative. I just got single minded. Okay, I would like to be a doctor, to be a surgeon, the heart surgeon, and a brain surgeon. That's my only goal. But it's quite, funny, because when I get the national exam, I would end up with a finance. So
Well,
I never
let
dreamed
this
of being finance.
let this be your goal. Work hard, earn a lot of money, make a lot of money, enough money to create another pageant. How's that? You know?
Oh, that's good. Rafa, how can you tell? Because this
I
evening, my
know.
friend,
I know how to read people. Yeah.
yeah, you're very smart. Actually, this evening, I tell you the truth. This evening, one of my friends from the southernmost province of Thailand, she like sort of convinced me that, okay, I'm going to do something big, and yes, I would like to invite you to to see the event, or sort of. So I said, okay, just talk to me straightforwardly, okay. And she said that, there's a lot of potential girl that you can bring to the pageant, sort of.
Yeah.
So sort of I have been provide, I think, another open door, which is exactly like you mentioned before. Yeah, potentially, Rafa, potentially, if there would be that day, okay, I would let you know, and I would give you a free ticket, okay, to do a coverage.
Lovely. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, how did you get involved with anyway, tell us a little bit more about M Pageantry, like how it began, and
Yep.
and I know it's growing, but tell us a little bit about the history of M Pageantry.
Yes. Okay. That's right. Okay. M Pageantry. Actually, my best friend Ken Yong Filaka. He's Filipino. Okay, by birth, and he local man, and he actually the Mr. Beauty. He used to compete. And won as a Mr. National Universe 2018 in Philippines.
Okay.
And he got, he got eligible to compete in Hua Hin. And finally, he won internationally in Thailand as I think the sexiest man in Asian.
Okay.
So he actually wearing Philippine sash. He's so proud. He's told me he's the one that who start the page. Couple years ago, but very small one. And then he just followed me. It's quite strange. Also, he like you. He followed me in IG, and he just said like contact to me quite a long time ago, and I think I got a sign that you know something very well about beauty pageant. I said that actually I didn't. I don't think so. because I got a finance background, very strong finance background, all along, And then when my profession indeed is about property, so nothing related to beauty pageant. But he said that no, I think what you write, what you wrote, and what you convey in your message is very like specialist. So okay, whatever you say, I take it all, and and then he just okay, what about would you like to to join with me to make the page growing, sort of, because at the time in Facebook, I think before I joined,
And what year are we talking about? When did it begin?
I think for me, a year somehow, a year something
okay,
ago.
A year ago, okay.
Yeah, year something ago. But he's found the page in 2018, I think, in 18, by the end of 18. And then I just bring a lot of interesting feature in the page. So
yeah, you have a lot of interesting content.
Yes, thank you so much. And it's actually I can say that coincidentally, Thailand pageantry has been growing,
yeah,
incredibly.
Yeah.
So that's why I got like access, very good access, okay, to the information, which is correct one as well. Right. So I brought to the page. So my friend very open, because a lot of people just like remind me, are you going to partner with Filipinos? Are you sure? Because I'm Thai, it's just like, I mean, if you were a fan, okay, when you heard this thing, it's just like the most unbelievable thing to happen. But I said, no, I don't see anything wrong. And I think he's very respectful man, and he's very smart. And I think he really won me.
He does sound very professional.
Yeah, professional, because he is a Mr. Beauty before, and he know a lot of insider in Philippines, and he know like when to act and when to wait, a sort of, and he very open mind person. That's why I really love him, and I just work with him and make the page growing because of our content. If you follow a lot of page, you will see that we are different, much different.
I noticed that it's like you're like the opposites of each other. I mean, yes. It's just unbelievable. But at the same time, you guys create a certain harmony and balance, and I think that's what we need more of in pageantry.
Yes, that's right. I mean, I and my friend Ken is like inseparable couple, I can say.
We so you've met each other in person.
Yes, actually not yet, but we talk, like through IG, very often, and he would like to visit, Thailand as well, and I would love to, but because of COVID, right. But we talk, like work very, very closely, like in the same tandem, it's like we are soulmate, I can say. I mean, I'm not a tech person, okay, but he like an artwork wizard. If you see, very beautiful artwork, you can tell that it's not me, okay? I will send information to him and he just, puts on the banner. So it's wonderful. And he said that he got a lot of compliment in the Philippines. You got, you do, the great banner. How do you do that, sort of? And I always appreciate his expertise on artwork.
Now, how did the name M come about? What is the meaning of M?
Yeah, I used to ask him. He said that M actually like an acronym of in Philippines is Malangkili. Is it?
What is it?
Malangkilian, is it? Malangkilian. M-A Malangkilian. I think you Filipino, you should know. It's like a dialect. It's mean beauty pageant, I think. Malangkilian.
I've never heard of it.
Let me check.
Yeah, I mean, I speak Filipino, but I don't speak the other dialects. because
Oh.
there are over 100 dialects spoken in the Philippines. So
so how I mean, you born in Philippines, or actually you are Filipino diaspora?
diaspora. Actually, my family came to the United States when I was really very young, and we settled in
Right,
California. Went to
right,
school,
yes,
went to college up there, and then
right,
moved to the East Coast. And I've been living here,
yes,
for many years now, and I love it here. Yeah, but yeah. So I think America, living in America, I think is a privilege because so many
mm,
people want to come to America because it's the land of
mm-hmm,
opportunities.
mm,
And I've never I've never lived anywhere else where I can enjoy so much freedom. You can be whatever you want. You can pursue whatever kind of dream you want, and
mm,
that's what attracts a lot of immigrants to come to America. You know.
mm,
But listen, this is not
mm.
about me. This is about you. I'm the one who's doing the interview. Okay. Maybe one of these days you can interview me, but this is all about you. Okay.
Okay, that's okay. I will. Okay, I will. You will
Okay.
be our guest for sure.
So M pageantry is based on that M word in
In
Filipino.
Filipinos, yes.
Now, how many administrators are there? How many members or crew are there in M?
Yeah,
But I just
yeah,
next to you.
yes. Um, it's very diverse, very
Diverse.
diverse. We
Okay.
got 11 actually, 11. I mean, admin, and across the world, like we got one Nigerian,
Really?
and
Okay.
yes, and one Mexico, and Thai, and the rest Filipinos.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful.
So, but very very diverse and very respectful to
Maybe
one
maybe
another.
maybe you should get somebody from Europe too one of these days.
Yes, would love to.
Yeah.
Would you like to move to Europe, Rafa?
I'm very happy where I am. Thank you. Okay, so you cover now this M pageantry strictly covers pageants, or do you guys also cover fashion shows, modeling shows, or entertainment events or whatnot? Or are you just
I
focusing
think
on pageant?
yeah. Actually, we got like the ending as showbiz, M pageantry and showbiz. But Ken just you know abridge the name by cutting off and showbiz off, because he would like to focus on pageantry and wouldn't like to confuse our fans, sort of. But actually, he and me always see the same thing, that like we can put the entertainment news in there, like the superstar or Philippines or Thailand, and especially I got a very good friend who got very good access to all superstar.
Yeah,
And I also met some of them. So I think it's very good if we can have like do some coverage of
yeah,
entertainment news. Yeah,
right.
so everybody know about the thing, because entertainment industry is very large.
Of course, definitely.
Yes.
Mhm.
And also, Rafa, I think now the world just become more globalized. It's
Mhm.
no border. Okay.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah, it's like sports and music because like I think that's one
yeah,
good thing
that's
about
right.
pageants because pageants
Yes,
bring
yes,
all
that's
sorts of
right.
people together. Yeah. So
Yeah, such as me myself, I also try to watch this Filipino series, even though I just couldn't understand Tagalog, but I try, okay, and watch some series in YouTube,
yeah,
some series, just some, and I heard that a lot of Filipinos are just a big fans of Thai series, especially BL series.
really. Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, if, I mean, not if, actually, if you go to our IG today, you will see that I post about the next big things. I mean, the rising star, which I just met. She going to, sort of launch some project. I couldn't tell you here, okay?
Let me check. Let me
Very
check.
soon.
Let me check your Instagram now.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You see,
Ah,
you see, the post is have two picture.
June Natasha, is
Myself,
that it? June Natasha.
Yes, yes, that's right. That's right.
Pretty, very pretty.
Yes, she's going to be the next big things. But actually, she's sort of a late bloomer, Rafa, because
Is
she just
Thai? She's Thai, right?
yeah, yes, 100%
Thai.
Thai.
Okay.
Yes, 100% Thai, and she just started working in the industry just 2 years ago. Because what I learned from inside, she came from a very rich family, billionaire, and she would like sort of to focus, the most significant things in life at the time, which is studying. So she finished her studying, and I think do some sort of work, and she just go casting like some ordinary girl, just go casting, and she got cast. That's why she started working in the industry, and she only take the movie, she won't do the series, as I learned. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but she very nice, Rafa. She very nice, I can tell you. If you meet her,
Well, she could be a beauty. She could be a beauty queen.
Don't you think?
She's very pretty. Yeah.
Do you think?
Is she interested in joining pageants? Maybe
I think
inspire her to join pageants.
I don't think so, because somebody in the dinner table just asked her through, but she said that because of age limit, her age limit. Yeah.
Okay, so she's beyond.
Sort of 20 long year.
Okay.
Yeah, 20 long years. So sort of it's almost toward the end of the pageant career, sort of. But she got a very young baby face.
She does. Yeah. Again, that's the advantage of being Asian. You never know.
And also, she can sing, Rafa.
She's very talented then. Yeah.
Yeah, she got a lot of talent. And yes, I will be, feature more about, entertainment, or showbiz, especially. I'm going to, actually, I invite her to have interview with us as well, and she will find the time, but she haven't, promised me yet. But she said, oh, she very willing to do so. And she going to check her timetable first, because she's so busy at the time, because she has been engaging with a big project. So that's, I can tell you, okay, Rafa, that's too much.
It's too much, but you know what? I can see M Pageantry actually evolving into an omni-media company one of these days, because you guys work so hard, you know what I mean? And as long as you don't lose your focus, for now, focus on pageantry, but eventually when you go bigger and bigger, you're going to have to create other departments that will take care of all the other events and all the other activities and whatnot. So I'm really, really, really very excited about M Pageantry and what else it can do, in the future. Now, I have a question. How in the world did you get involved with Miss Grand International? And how did you meet Mr. Nawat in the first place?
Okay. Right. How can I say? It's I think
it's a long story.
No, not long. Actually, I think it's destiny. I think it's destiny. I also been the Miss Grand International or Miss Grand Thailand fan as well. Even though before I hardly features in our page, okay. But personally, I do admire Mr. Nawat a lot for long years, because if you are Thai, Rafa, you will experience another perception from abroad, from foreigner, because we knew that how he contribute to where he worked. Like when he worked in the TV industry, he just contribute a lot and make a very good program. And do a lot of backstage work. And give many people opportunity to grow. That's the best thing of him. And he very experienced in the beauty pageant, because before he become an owner of MGI, he actually used to work for Miss World Thailand before.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, he a key man actually. He a key man, but for many years. And then he told me, okay, this information he told me directly. So then when he end like the corporation, not the corporation. He actually worked for Miss World organization, Miss World Thailand, Miss Thailand World organization. So when he ended, he just think that why wouldn't he start his own? And he got a vision that he would like to show the world that Thai national can't, create the big things, can own the big pageant.
Right.
And you know what? Even though Thai, ourselves laugh at him when he, when he said, when he spoke out about what he, vision, everybody just laugh at him. Oh no, just thumb down, sort of.
Yeah.
He even cried, in front of the camera that why he wouldn't understand, why Thai wouldn't support him.
I think I saw that video clip when he was crying.
Yes, very emotional, because all the words he said, when we now, watch back, exactly the same. That at the time, just a few people support him because at the time, Thai tend to think or tend to pro, how can I say, international pageant, so they wouldn't see any significance in our own. And I think he underestimated Mr. Nawat.
Right.
Yes, that you couldn't do such a big thing.
Well, now he has the last laugh. He proved them wrong.
Yes, that's right. And from Miss Grand International 2020, according to what he gave us at the interview, he took $1.5 million out of his own pocket to funds, the events. He wouldn't get any sponsor, any much sponsor in cash. I mean, don't have cash sponsor anyway, and government wouldn't support him in terms of anything. Just information and sort of some venue like a press conference at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, sort of. And Mr. Nawat wouldn't ask them to either. He just would like to promote our country, because we all knew that COVID-19 hit every country very hard. So he would like to resuscitate our country economy somehow, to promote our country, that we are ready to open. Yes, we are ready to open the border. And after, I think after Miss Grand ends, I think we quite ready for tourism again, to blossom again. And so he contributed a lot at the time, and he very popular now in Thailand. I can say probably the most popular figure in Thailand at the moment. What do you think about him? Tell me the truth.
Is he more popular than royalty in Thailand?
Oh, no, it can't be.
Okay.
I mean,
I was afraid to ask you that question.
No, I mean, I'm the one that I'm very outspoken, and I don't have any fear to speak my mind. I'm just the I'm the one, that kind of characteristic. So I wouldn't be afraid of any question, but it depends on how would I thread the needle. If I would like to get direct, or try to be indirect. But in terms of okay, I will explain a little bit. In Thai notion, monarchy is just like another things that we hardly touch. So we wouldn't compare monarchy with celebrity or billionaire. Even though you billionaire, you still can't compare with monarchy. I mean, in Thai culture. So it's quite different things to compare the popularity of Mr. Nawat and monarchy, because monarchy is just like, how can I say?
They're like God. They're pretty much
submission, some sort of you have to learn by heart that you have to submit in the official function sort of so for me, I'm Thai, I'm not against them honestly, but somehow
they don't have any political power.
I'm very neutral. I would say, to
they're just symbols. They don't have really real power, right? They're just symbols.
No.
Like the Queen of England.
No. Actually, monarchy actually is the most powerful body in Thailand.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't realize
We are, we are nurtured to revere. Okay, to revere. And I know that nowadays in the world, the communication has been seamless, so everyone just access information sort of. But like it's some, somehow it's quite like irrational, I can say. We still see them like, okay, they're another institution that we don't want to touch, sort of. I can say like this.
So in other words, Thai monarchy will stay forever. It'll never go away. Correct?
Sort of, I think.
Unless
sort of.
Unless the people revolted against the monarchy and get rid of it, But
I mean, it's pretty hard because it's not a revolt actually. Recently, people just would like to express their opinion and to change some protocol.
I know about Miss Universe Thailand, Amanda Obdam. She was bashed and criticized by the Thai government because of her opinion against police brutality in Thailand.
Yes. But you know what? I interviewed her in person. Yes, but I never hidden that actually I'm a Veena fans. Even I met Amanda. I also told her that I'm the honest person. I would like to to lie to you. I'm the diehard fan of Veena. But when I met you, I just couldn't help myself to
It's the first runner up, correct?
Yeah, the first runner up. And I when I met her, I said that I couldn't help myself to falling in love with her because she got a very, very beautiful mind, Rafa, the most beautiful mind, and she is probably one of the most respectful lady. She always respect people around her, no matter what title, or they can be waitress or something, but how they treat people is so nice. And she got like inside of her very compassionate one. So I just really admire her, especially recently. I think since toward the end of last year, she very spoken politically,
right?
Because she stood firm on humanity, equal right, and so many issues. She got a very right mindset. Okay, her mindset just get along well with the world rhythm. I can say. So I admire her a lot.
Maybe because of her Canadian side, because being half Canadian, she has that Western mentality. Yeah.
Yes, I think so. Because she has his dad Dutch descent Canadian, and her mom is part Chinese Thai, and also she even though she studied in Thai school, but in the English program until the junior high school, and then in high school she studied in the international school in Phuket. So she was surrounded by international people. So she very firm on like international issue like equal rights, egalitarianism, LGBT right, and disability right, and mental illness. So I mean, you can list hundreds issue in the world, and you will be surprised that Amanda got exactly the right mindset toward the world issue, like United Nations. She got a United Nations mission in in her brain.
Mhm.
So there's some to be honest, there's still a lot of conservative mind in Thailand, okay, which wouldn't approve her opinion. So that's why she got bashed. But actually her supporter, or a lot of people who support her idea has been much more than the one who bashed her. So she got a big support from Thai people.
I think what she did was actually admirable, because I think being part of a beauty queen is to be able to relate with people
Yes,
and not stay in your ivory tower, so to speak. So you
yes,
really have to be out there, reach out to people and really get to know what the real
yes,
are that
yes, that's right.
and also a big part of being a beauty queen is to be able to inspire others to do the same.
Yes,
And
that's right.
that's one of the ways we can advance with progress, especially in changing people's minds about certain issues, especially the controversial ones. Yeah, but I
And
think it takes a lot of time though. But I'm
yes,
glad it's happening.
yes, Rafa, I'm kind of sure if you knew that she was deposed. I can say deposed, even though officially, I mean, even though literally wouldn't have any written proof, sort of deposed. She was actually sort of oratorically assigned by the Department of Mental Health to be an ambassador of
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
mental health.
And 5 days
But
later,
just
she was dismissed.
yes, but just only 6 days. They get sort of a large flood of complaint from conservative ones.
Yeah.
So then suddenly they depose her from the
They
the
fired her.
ambassador of mental health,
Yeah.
and she just put on the brave face, even though I think she was crying in the heart, because she actually the big advocate of mental illness, and she thinks that is the way to channel to the target of the patient or the one who suffer with mental illness.
Mhm.
And then she was deposed. They tried to embarrass her, okay, to make her like to make fun of her in the public eye.
Right.
But she got a very big support from Thai and especially Thai that just keep on going. She just said that, okay, the title wouldn't be that significant for me, because I have been advocate and I have been dealing, associating with mental illness organizations since 15 years old because of tsunami, because her hometown Phuket was the
devastated.
yes was the epicenter of tsunami.
Right.
And she said that she experienced the tragedy firsthand because her close friend lost almost the whole family. So she went,
This is
yes, she went to,
2005, I think, 16 years ago. Yeah, I remember.
yes. So she went to their funeral and that she saw, all sorrow, suffering. And also she said that mental illness actually running in her family. So that's why, she just said that, okay, even though I wouldn't get any title, I've been working on this thing for so long, I wouldn't mind. So now she just get on the street, Rafa. She worked with the non-profit organization, which is named Mirror Foundation. The Mirror Foundation is the mission. Its mission is try to help the homeless. Okay, the homeless, whoever homeless, and they invite Amanda to engage in their organization in terms of to help the homeless with mental illness off the street. So she get on the street since I think 10 days or couple of weeks now. What she doing, like she went with the organization and went straight to talk with the homeless people and ask if how they're going, how they end up here, and would there anything that she could help. And she would convince them, okay, to get themselves off the street and go to the shelter. And she's successful doing that because yesterday she started to get one out of the street already, I think a man. And she posts like this guy has been living on the street for 10 years.
Wow.
Yes, for 10 years.
That's a long
And
time. Yeah.
yes, and he actually initially she said that he reluctant to leave the street.
Maybe because he felt more freedom living in the street.
Yes, probably. But at the end, she and organization successfully convinced him to get on a van and get to the shelter, which is good. And then put him through the curative, palliative process, directly to the mental illness, process. And she just keep doing that. And she announced no matter what the result of Miss Universe in Florida would be, she determined, okay, to help the one with mental illness. Okay,
that's her main platform. Yeah.
Yes, it's a lifetime mission. She said that she won't do this because of like for the Miss Universe.
Right.
Yes, because she been there. She got herself actually used to have how can I say, eating disorder. She almost got to the point anorexia.
I know. There's no doubt that she will do very well in Miss Universe. I can easily see her in top 5.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
As soon as she won Miss Universe Thailand, I said to myself, this girl is Miss Universe material. And I think if she plays her cards right, and if she's very consistent until the very end, then she might take the crown. But this year has been very, very competitive, and there's a lot of strong girls. So
yes,
let's not talk about Miss Universe. Let's talk about Miss Grand International, because that's the main focus.
Yes. Okay. Right.
You asked me what I think about Mr. Nawat.
Yes.
You want me to be honest?
Yeah, please.
Okay. I don't know if you saw my video a year and a half ago where I criticized the Miss Grand International. I presented the pros and the cons, the bad and the good stuff. That's what critics do. We have to be very objective. We cannot play fair. You know what I mean? If you see something bad, then you say it. If you see something good, then you say it. I mean, that's what some people, would say, okay, Rafa, he's a wonderful critic because he does his research, he makes a lot of sense, etc. He doesn't play favorites. No. I met Mr. Nawat in Las Vegas in 2016 when I covered this Grand International there. And although I never really had a chance to talk heart to heart with him, we had a photo op, and then he basically struck me as somebody who's very authoritative. He's a very good leader. Of course, he loves to be around beautiful women. He loves, obviously, beautiful women. And he's very ambitious and very driven at the same time. And he's very charismatic. And that's why a lot of people are drawn to him.
Rafa, wait a minute.
He reminds me of Donald Trump.
Mr. Nawat, come here, please.
Get out. No way. Hot. No way. Don't you dare. I'm not ready to talk to him yet.
Okay, keep on going, Rafa. I'm just teasing you.
You're joking. Okay. He's
probably, keep on. I'm really enjoying.
He's probably asleep.
I will pass every compliment from you to him. Okay. I will definitely.
Yeah, but so that was my first impression of it, and we're talking about 4 or 5 years ago. Now, if I were to meet him now, if I were in Thailand, and if I were to observe him closely, I would probably, give him from a scale of 1 to 10 as a leader. I would probably give him a 9.5. Because I've seen his progress through the years, and like most fans, I doubted his competence. Like, who is this man? Why is he behaving like this? Why is he creating wars between Thailand and the Philippines, or Indonesia
Yeah.
and the Philippines and whatnot. And that's something I want to talk to you about. All this war and violence and all these battles going on between these two Asian or three Asian countries. How do you even explain that? You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, like how? I mean, isn't the slogan of this grand international hashtag stop the war and violence? But some fans would say, but Mr. Nawat himself is the one who's creating all this war among fans. He's the one who's
I
promoting
know.
the Filipino flag. He's the one who's making
Okay.
fun of Catriona Gray, you know, etc. So how do you deal with this? So explain.
So how, I think I mean, in my perception, okay, it probably not correct. I'm kind of sure how he think, but what I think is like he said in our interview yesterday, I think he said that he actually value free speech, equal right, and he believed that everyone are entitled is entitled to speak their mind, even though that statement wouldn't get along with the majority, even though their idea would, you know, cause the conflict. But for him, he would put the free speech, you know, a right to speak your mind ahead of everything. So so that's why, you know, even though he got a motto of his organization, stop the war and violence, but
I thought that was a joke. Like stop the war and
no,
violence. There's no way you can stop the war and violence, darling. You know, it's gonna happen over time again.
no. I think he seriously, I mean,
Okay.
I do believe he seriously to cherish this idea. And but the thing is, he shared people right, you know, human rights and equality right and free speech over everything. So when you know share it, free speech, you ready to listen to all everything, okay, even though it could be very contrast, you know, it could be paradoxical somehow, and it could be instigating unrest, the unrest, you know. Yeah. So, but we will learn the diversity of our opinion, and we will adjust ourselves, embrace all variants,
Yeah.
We will learn. Time will tell, sort of. I think, And initially, you know, you just can't make people agree on the same things. So I think Mr. Nawat, I mean, I just read him, okay? It's just my opinion. I just think that he very creative man, visionary man. So he love to listen everyone idea. So that's why the more you listen, the more exposure there would be. And the more risk, you know, that can be, you know, opposing, like contradictory.
Okay.
Sort of.
When this grand international pageant took place in Venezuela, December 2019, he did a video
Yeah.
basically accusing
Yeah.
Missosology and Sash Factor of
Yeah.
quote unquote inventing lies about the pageant. And that video actually spoke to me like very, very strongly, because when I saw that video, I sort of like felt him, his his anguish, and also his sadness. And you know, here you are, a man who is very serious about creating one of the world's most glamorous and biggest pageants, but on the other hand, you have all these fans and trolls and critics who are constantly attacking him, bashing him, and criticizing him, you know, until the very end. So I can understand why he did that video, because he wanted basically to tell the world, listen, I love pageants as much as you do, but could you please respect me? Could you please respect my organization? And we're trying very hard to keep everybody happy. So in a way, I felt sort of like a lot of sympathy towards him when I saw that video. Now,
Yeah.
I read too that Missosology dropped Miss Grand International as one of the big 5 pageants, I believe. And
Yeah.
then also, I also read that Missosology sent an email apologizing to Mr.
Yes,
Nawat.
that's right.
Are any of these things true?
Yes, all true.
Okay,
It's
all
all
true.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, all true.
So do you think
But
Missosology, is going to get is going to give MGI a big 6 whatever title? Will that be included again in their big 6? Right?
according to his letters, okay,
Because people, a
stated
lot of
to,
Filipino fans are saying, no, that email is fake. Missosology never sent that email.
no, it's true,
That
it's
was the
true.
email. Yeah.
It's true, it's true. Because Mr. Nawat never lie. And he already showed, for before Thai media, but he never I saw that clip, okay, in short. But in the interview, he wouldn't show me because it's very private. But he told me, okay. He actually told everyone in the program, in the interview. And he already mentioned about like the big sort of the the cell creative big 5 big 3 or something.
Well,
He's so
the hashtag when I saw this hashtag top 3 pageants, like okay, well, this is interesting to me right now personally. What I consider the top 3 pageants are Miss Universe, Miss World, and Miss Earth. Only because of the huge following and also the relevance of these 3 pageants. I would probably put Miss International and
yeah,
also Miss Grand International on the same footing. So right now for me,
yeah.
both Miss International and Miss Grand International are like number 4. But that could change. Like 2 years from now, Miss Grand International could easily replace Miss Earth,
Yes,
the top
that's
3.
right.
It's interesting because I'm reading, there's a comment somebody posted on my YouTube channel. Let me read.
Rafa,
Yeah.
I about to say that you're so daring, very brave.
Why?
What
I'm just being honest.
yes, I admire, I'm very, I greatly admire you because what you speak, I can tell that it's very sincere. But you so also daring that you wouldn't be afraid to get bashed.
Well,
Can always, remind me, okay. He because I'm Thai, we not getting used to the culture of bashing online as much as somewhere else, okay. So he very concerned about any emotional effect that I would get if I would get bashing sort of. So he just remind me that, okay, if something that's so direct toward Filipino, just if that possible can be avoided, it should be avoided.
well, let me read you something positive about MGI. This is coming from a
Yes.
Filipino fan. This fan says, I am a Miss Earth fan, but I also love MGI so much. I really admire Mr. Nawat for being such a father to his organization. MGI is really grand. For me, it is now taking over Miss Universe in terms of production.
Yes, I think it's true. I mean, Rafa, you've been in US, and how do you feel about Miss Universe 2019? To be honest,
Well,
how they organize?
did you watch my vlog where I criticized Miss Universe organization? I gave like 7 reasons why I hate the Miss Universe organization.
Yes.
So ever since IMG took over, well, what can I say? The pageant was much better when Donald Trump used to own it. I mean now, okay, I have to be okay. The last 5 Miss Universe winners are all beautiful, are all stunning. Okay, and to me, I really like that. But the way the pageant quality production has evolved into something really cheap. The quality is really cheap, and everything feels very rushed. And the competition is just very short. It used to be like 4 weeks long, and now it's like 9 days, not including the quarantine
Activity.
days, not
No
including the traveling
activity.
days. You know what I mean? So how could you possibly enjoy? And now I almost hesitate going to Florida for Miss Universe because do we get to interact with the contestants? Are we going to oblige with the social distancing? Do we have to wear masks before we take pictures of them? Are we allowed to take selfies with the candidates and whatnot? So many questions going on in my mind. So I want to, is it really worth going to Miss Universe because of all this restrictions still, and just for a short time? Is it really worth it? I'd rather go to Miss Grand International. I'd rather go to Miss World in Puerto Rico in December, or I'd rather go to Miss International in Japan because I've never been to Miss International. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really have to be very honest about this.
That's good. That's good. I think that I'm really, you know, happy to talk with honest people because
you don't want to sugarcoat everything.
No, we don't need to.
Yeah, you have to tell people no what's wrong with your pageant.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's true. I agree. You know, a very acceptable person, very open mind. So, I mean, as long as, you know, it's true, I can take that, even though sometimes at the beginning it's quite harsh. But when I, you know, self-examine ourselves, and if that turn true, we just get, you know, try to get ourselves improved. I think it's okay for me.
Well, yeah, okay. There's always a room for improvement. I mean, the pageants.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, okay, so would you agree that the fight between MGI and Missosology has been resolved? There's no more fighting between the two?
Or would that in the interview, Mr. Nawat is just like wouldn't he said this word? He ignored. He how can I say? Missology sent him an email of apology, and you know, just explain a lot that, you know, we can't control the writer, the contributor. There's a lot of Missologists worldwide, you know, we just can't, you know, control them and handle their article, you know, we can't be that selective. So you should understand it wouldn't come from me, Pavi, I think his name, Pavi. And Mr. Nawat said, okay, he just read, but he never replied. Because yeah, he just felt that it's just like a tiny thing in his life now. He has some, you know, something that really matter to focus on.
Well, could you ask him why he denied Critical Beauty Philippines media credentials?
Really? I didn't know that. Tell me, what happened?
My correspondent, Dr. Peter P, he handles Critical Beauty Philippines, and he was like, Rafa, I've never heard anything from Miss Grand International, so I was a bit disappointed. Yeah, so again, I think this whole idea of pageant organizations playing this tug of war or battles with different media outlets, I think.
Rafa, tell me, Rafa.
If MGI wants more publicity, they need to allow all sorts of media outlets to cover the pageant. Pure and simple. That's what Miss Universe is doing exactly. You know, Miss Universe, I think from a public relations perspective, Miss Universe organization does a wonderful job as far as inviting all sorts of media to cover the pageant. MGI should do the same thing.
Okay, Rafa. I'm asking you, okay, because Mr. Nawat quite oftenly, you know, talk before media that he wouldn't, you know, wouldn't be bored that why when he invite the media, and you know, offer, you know, the best possible, you know, information or things to help the media, and then once they get what they want, they just, you know, panned MGI and Mr. Nawat down, you know, and he just said that he had enough. He just felt that it's a bit ungrateful and disrespectful indeed. Like he treat them well. Why they wouldn't treat MGI or Mr. Nawat exactly the same as they did to other organizations like Miss Universe or sort of. That you know, that's a message he often taught before Thai media. It's public, okay? Right. So what about you? If you would be him, are you going to do the same? Like when you do all the things the best for the media, but the media already get everything and then just did the contrary to him, you know,
well, yeah, well, you can't control what other people say about you or your organization. Now, if I run into something that is totally false or slanderous about me or my organization, then of course I will speak up. But other than that, there's no such thing as a bad publicity. Any publicity is good because it, people get to talk. When people say some a lie about your organization, people talk about it, and that's exactly what you want. Because when people talk, people notice your pageant. People notice your organization. The more they talk about you, the more you're going to become very famous. I'm sure I'm sure a lot of Filipinos are talking about you, Ko, right now, right?
Really, I don't really know.
You're going to get a lot of huge Filipino following after this interview, I bet.
Oh, thank you so much. I love Filipino. I
It's
got
all
a
about
very good.
publicity. It's all about
I mean, I got a lot of. I mean, I got a very best experience with Ken. So I mean, he probably the best friend that I ever had. I mean, I wouldn't, consider him like Filipinos, like a human. Okay.
He's like a brother, to you.
Yes, like brother. So I trust him 100%. So I don't see any, obstruction when working with him, or I can speak my mind, and he just very straightforward person. He also speak what he think as well.
That's
so
great.
we pretty much the same, so I don't see any bad thing about Filipino myself. And also our fan page are very cautious, very very cautious, and very attentive.
Now you're saying that, but wait when you say the least negative criticism about Miss Philippines. I'm sure you're gonna have a huge flow of Filipino fans attacking and bashing you, calling you a traitor. How dare you say something negative about Miss Philippines? How dare you say something about her this and that, blah, 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 blah. You have to, that's part of the industry. You have to get used to all these attacks, and you also have to have thick skin to be able to handle all these criticisms constantly, It's part of life. It's part of the industry. I mean, I've grown to get accustomed to these attacks myself. So you know what? More publicity for me. Watch my YouTube channel. Yeah, put all this nasty stuff on my comment section. Yeah, you're making my channel more engaged, so to speak. So I'm getting more views. Woohoo! So.
If according to you, I think I've been there, done that. Because before MGI start, I think last month, I was invited to the press con of Miss Grand Provincial, okay? And I met Coco. I met Phai Supaporn, which is the second runner-up Miss Grand International 2016.
I love Coco. I love Coco Araiha.
Yes,
I do.
And
I know.
Coco,
I was very critical about her, but the more I see of her, I like her now.
Yeah. So I met her in person and asked her for the photograph and to show that who I am, sort of where I come from for social media. And she's very inviting. She's so welcoming, very nice in person. I can tell she's very nice and very beautiful. And I just post the picture that I took with her and just said that, okay, today I went to the press conference and met Coco, and she very nice, and she exactly not that people talk sort of. Then you think that I'm daring, I know what I'm going to face, but I think that's what I experienced, and that's the truth. So I just post, and then fans just start, Admin Ko, we know that you're very nice, but you just can't change what we see her, because she's so bad,
Right.
And she sort of what she has done to Catriona, we never forget, sort of.
Right.
Very vindictive.
Yeah, I mean that's understandable. I mean, yeah, I think what she did, with Catriona was a bad mistake. Was a terrible mistake. I don't think it can ever be undone. So what she has to do is she just keeps leading on with her life and trying to be a better person, so to speak, as far as
that's right.
other.
And now she a better person, and I think she loves Sam, Samantha Bernardo, because she
Yeah,
clicked
I
a
saw a
lot of,
picture of them together. Yeah.
yes. I tend to think that she
They look
actually
like
supports.
sisters in that picture, by the way. They could pass up as
Yes,
sisters.
that's right. I tend to think that she supports Sam. Honestly, I mean, because she put on the story and click the like, even though our page, she clicked the like about Samantha post, and everybody just now excited and everybody sort of forgive, just move on. Uh-huh. She's very nice indeed in person, Rafa. I think if you if you meet if you meet her, you would love her because she were, other than being
Oh, I loved
really,
her. I loved her when she competed in Venezuela. I thought she was very bubbly. She was very
yes,
personable. I love
yes,
the fact that she would exaggerate her movements and swimsuit and evening gown.
yes,
I love her facial expressions and all that. I love her big hair. I love her perfect body, by the way. And she's just full of personality. But
yes.
I think she did everything she did was like over exaggerated, and that's I
Mm,
think that turned me off about her. But other than that, I loved her. Now listen,
yes,
so let's talk about your favorites
yes. Okay.
because you work
Favorite of
because you work
Miss
so
Brand?
closely with them. Okay, can you be honest without offending some of these girls? That means
Yes.
what I'm trying to say is that just because you name your favorites does not mean that you don't necessarily like the girls that are not your favorites, right?
Understand. I
Okay.
know what you mean. You said you would like me to opine
Yes,
top
please
five, right?
opine,
In
opine, baby.
top five MGI.
Yes.
Okay.
Who are you?
So
Okay. Do you want to make top 10? Do you have like a top 10? Because it's very
yeah,
hard this year.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
very
very hard
competitive.
indeed because MGI 2020 is probably the strongest batch. So many Latinas really strong in because I've been there and I saw in person. I saw the real figure, I saw the real figure of them
Mhm.
and how they walk in real person and how their skin look like, sort of.
And
um
also how they interact with the public and with the media.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's very important things. Someone you saw in the picture smiling, but when they interact with the people, very stern, I
Very,
can say.
very sad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Who's that?
I can't tell. I can't tell. But I think that it could affect
Give
the
me give me
point.
the beginning of the letter of the country.
No, no.
What
I
okay,
probably
what
I
continent? What
no,
continent?
I probably give you my top 10, okay?
Okay.
Because there's
Not
a
in
lot of
random
strong
order,
movie.
not necessarily like from top to bottom,
No,
but
no,
random
randomly,
order.
okay? Top 10 randomly.
Come on,
Okay,
go.
definitely, okay? I love Brazil.
Oh yeah, I love Brazil too.
Yes, I love her figure. I really admire people with discipline, okay? From her body, it tells a lot of how hard she worked on herself. And when you watch her competing in the SS, okay, a couple of days ago, just perfect. Her
I
passerella,
gave her
just,
I gave
oh,
I gave her a perfect 10. I did.
yes, it's perfect, Rafa, And yeah, even though someone complained me that, oh, that mama, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just feel that it doesn't matter for me. I think, because her performance and overall look it's okay. For me, it's okay. It's passed. Well, it's
Okay.
part in every element.
Okay. Who's
I
next?
wouldn't. Yes. Um, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Puerto Rico. Yes.
I think I gave her a
She
9.
very
I gave her a 9 in swimsuit. Yeah.
Yes, she very pretty in person. And even though she sort of, I think, a little bit too lean. Uh-huh.
Late?
Too lean, like too thin. Too thin.
Oh, too thin. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
yes. Um, I wish that she would, gain a little more pounds, you
Or eat
know.
eat something. Oh, actually, you know what? As far as weight is concerned, this is one thing I forgot to mention. Back in 2016, Mr. Nawat expelled Miss Iceland because he
Mm.
didn't think that she was fit.
mm,
She had gained a lot of weight, and
mm,
also she liked to fight a lot. So she was
mm,
expelled from the competition. Now this year, I am seeing at least 3 or 4 girls that are not fit, that are not necessarily fat, but
mm,
they have a lot of they're a little overweight for the simply competition.
mm,
My
mm.
question is, why have they not been expelled?
I believe in this quote, time change, people change.
So do you
You
think
know,
has been more tolerant about unfit
um,
contestants?
yeah, I think so. I mean, sometime today I might think this way. Okay, I might disagree with you somehow in some issue. Okay, but probably next month when I got filtering process in my brain and experience more things and get broader perspective of sort of and I got um compare in my side, probably I might agree with you. Okay, so I think it's just natural process of human being that time change, environment change,
Mhm.
so
Okay,
the
well, you know
thinking
what?
might be
I
changed.
do, I totally agree with you. And actually, I wanted to comment on Miss Scotland. I gave her the lowest score in the swimsuit. I gave her a 2. And
Mm.
then a day later, all these postings and comments. Oh, did you know that she's suffering from multiple sclerosis, which affected
Yes.
her walk
Mm.
and her performance? You know what? I didn't know that at all. See, if I had known in advance, I probably would have been more sympathetic towards her
Mm.
walk, towards her swimsuit presentation.
Mm.
But I really
Mm.
wish that this grand international organization had put all this information up on the website for the public to
Mm.
see. Because before I would make a comment, I would literally go read the bios
Mm.
of the
Mm.
contestants, but I don't see that specific information on Miss Scotland's bio. So that's why I just made some random comment. Oh no, she has the most horrible walk. Her body is horrible. It's out of shape. Blah blah blah. And then of course I felt guilty now that I
Mm.
know that she's suffering from multiple sclerosis. So I'm not saying this just because I wanted to apologize, because my initial
Mm.
reaction was that's it. It was the initial reaction on my part. But now I
Mm.
know. I just wanted to, say that in passing. Anyway,
Mm.
you were gonna say something about Miss Scotland?
Yes, sure. I'm a big supporter of her, to be honest.
Okay.
But I'm quite different from you because I got information before. Okay,
Oh, you
that
did?
I knew. Yes, I knew that she actually fights so hard since arrival, because she caught some like a fever at the beginning as well, and she hasn't fully recuperate. Okay, and then she sort of tripped her ankle as well, sprained her ankle, and then she got a sore eye as well, and for multiple sclerosis, it's actually been with her for years. Uh-huh.
She's had it for
Uh-huh.
years. Okay.
Yes, for years. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So it's I'm quite different from you because I got this information and I admire her for her determination, and the show must go on. But what she's going to do is just not like just to complete to finish the show, but she would really love to show the world.
Well, yeah. I
And
mean, I think that's part of competing in the pageants, because you want to represent.
yes,
You want to
yes, to
represent.
empower, like
Yeah, no
to
matter.
empower the imperfection, okay? Because she represents the imperfection in human.
Mhm.
I think it's a very strong message from her, indeed. Uh-huh. From her that proposed to the world.
Right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I totally agree, Ko,
Yeah,
with everything you said. But remember, this is also a beauty competition.
yeah,
This is not a sympathy competition. I know there's a
yeah,
lot of people who are wishing, oh, I hope Mrs. Scotland makes the top 10 or makes the top 20
yeah.
because of her condition. But then again,
Mm,
in the back of your mind, in the back of the mind of most pageant fans, they don't want to see somebody who's actually struggling physically on stage. Just and
mm,
the judges putting her in the top 20 out of sympathy and not necessarily because she's in the same par level with the other contestants. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
So it wouldn't be
I,
fair, so to
yeah,
say.
I understand you, but the thing is, I am not a judge, you know. I'm not a judge, so I don't know how the judge, you know, measure her. But I think I mean, I just try to put myself into Mr. Nawat's shoe, okay? It's just my opinion. Even I was the president of MGI, Rafa. I wouldn't meddle with the national organization. Just if you're the president of Miss Grand Scotland, whoever you sent to compete in Miss Grand International to represent your country, I will accept them. Okay.
Right, because it's all about inclusion. You want to include as many people, as many diverse contestants as possible. That I understand, but before you organize a pageant, just make sure that the judging criteria are very, very clear. You know what I mean? So if the judges want to have a winner, if they want to crown a winner who's suffering from a condition, then fine. You know, let that be their prerogative. You know, nobody's gonna question them. You know, but my problem is that how is the organization going to accept the reaction from fans who are not used to seeing a beauty queen being crowned Miss Grand International and suffering from multiple sclerosis? That's what I mean. How is she able to be 100% competent as far as committing her obligations to the organization? That's all what I'm saying. That's all.
Yeah, okay. I know what you mean, but because I saw her with own eyes, and I can tell you that she did everything with full confidence, and with all her heart. So I don't see any problem if you know, she compete until the end. But for the placement, you know, I'm not a judge, so I don't know how the judge view her, or measure her.
If you were a judge, would you include her in top 20?
For me, to be honest, I would, you know, to be honest, I would confer her the special award, okay?
A special award, but not a placement in top 20.
No. A very fair person, okay? Because I admire her. I think probably I would set up like the most empowering figure, you know, award. And I'm totally to give her because she, you know, when she stepped out before the camera worldwide, just, you know, in awe because she represents the imperfection, the someone that who dream big, even though that there's a lot of obstacle in front of her.
Right.
So I think she a very strong lady and the very powerful empowering lady. Right. So I
think she has succeeded as far as representing women's empowerment.
Yes.
You know,
yes, that's right. I would, you know, I would be really happy, and it is actually my wish to have Mr. Nawat or Miss Grand International to you know, to confer a special award to her and make her a spokesperson of the organization, you know.
Yeah, that would be a great idea. Yeah.
Yes, that's a great idea because, you know, like if you really admire diversity and you put her as a spokesperson, she, you know, been through a lot of imperfection, especially, you know, physically, but she got a very good heart and a very brilliant mind. So she can speak well from her experiences, and she can promote the positivity, inclusivity, and lessen, how can I say, reduce the misconception about beauty perished.
Right. I totally agree. Okay, let's continue with your list, Ko. So you have Brazil, Puerto Rico. Who's your third girl?
Top 10, right?
Yes, top 10.
Yeah, I really love Colombia. Colombia is like the very few nation that I always, you know, behind. Yeah, in every contest. I just love how Colombia walk. Yeah. She, you know, Colombia always, you know, have a very graceful walk. So yeah, I think Colombia.
Did you hear the little scandal about the scandal
Rora.
about, has you heard something about Colombia and
Yep, I know. Rora, you see?
and her national director?
Yep, yep.
Okay,
I heard about that.
and the Venezuelan pageant blogger. You heard about that, right?
About Venezuela
And
broker.
also Valentina Figuera.
No.
Okay.
Tell me then.
Okay.
You know, for the
Well,
for the
somebody sent me a copy, like screenshots of private chats between the
yes,
Venezuelan blogger and also the national director of Miss Colombia. I think his name is Juan. Okay.
Yep.
Now, according to the Venezuelan vlogger, Valentina gave Miss Colombia, from a scale of 1 to 10, a 5 for a 5 for her interview, because she spoke totally in Spanish, and this Venezuelan vlogger said that this Grand International prefers to work with somebody who is fluent in English. So that sort of like killed Miss Colombia's chances of advancing in the finals because she didn't speak English at all. So anyway, this Venezuelan blogger told the score to the national director of Miss Colombia, and he was mad. He was furious, and now he published this chat on his Instagram story. Basically, yeah.
What
so,
revenge?
I think like 2 days ago, I think. Now, the question is, why would Valentina even say something or divulge this scoring system in public? She should not have done that. She should have kept this as a secret. But
yes,
now everybody,
right.
but now everybody's against her now. All the Colombians hate her now because, for giving Miss Colombia just a 5 out of 10, for the interview. Yeah, so that was a scandal.
Yep. Even though I don't understand Spanish, I mean fully, but we got a quite strong Colombian fans, and they talk honestly with me that about the scandalous sort of result of like one contest, okay, the big one, but to be honest, I think I mean, I rather not say but I think because I've been in business world, okay? In business world, every deal or every agreement, or especially the big one, we tend to agree beforehand.
I agree.
To like yes, to at least to prevent any imperfection. That's that's a real thing in business world. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So for me,
but what is confidential should be kept confidential. It shouldn't be shared with the public. But that's
yes,
exactly
that's right.
Valentina went against the rule, and she shared that information in public.
Yes, that's right.
She should be dethroned, I think.
So I mean, that's I think that's why when you ask for an interview with like a strong sash country, it's very hard to get their queen to interview because they're nowadays they've been afraid of media reprisal, like they can hold them like ransom,
Yeah, I guess.
So you must be aware. But for me, like I've been in business world, so I'm very aware of honesty and confidentiality. Like we have to trust each other when we talk, okay, when we agree. Sometimes when we agree, it doesn't mean that it would be bad if we going to agree on this thing, and which actually which unfortunately against most people will, okay. Yeah, but for the best interest in the future, we see that this one is the best. So in whatever reasons other people see or think, it probably unfavorable to what we did, but for someone like me, the business person, and do a lot of deals sort of, that always a reason why we did this thing, why we chose this one. Yep, that's right. So I don't give any significance for the people who break people trust. I mean, if we trust someone and already talk, bare our heart, okay, and talk the things, and then you just export things in public, so in whatever reason, it shouldn't, okay, because before you knew that, you already proposed yourself to be, most trustful people.
Right. Yeah.
That's why.
And that's one of the keys how good relationships last, or should be based on honesty and
yeah, that's
trust,
right.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I totally agree. It's very Buddhist, don't you think?
Yes, yeah. I'm very, one thing, I'm very devout Buddhist, I'm very devout. So all of my life, it's just based on Buddhist foundation, like compassion, rational, empathetic, and wise. You need to be wise, you have to be, you got to spend, your wisdom on making decision. And you have to see people thinking or not thinking, actually you have to put yourself in their shoes before you do something. That's right. And forgiving. Yeah, forgiving.
Brazil, Puerto Rico, Colombia. Who's your number 4?
Okay, Thailand.
Of course.
Yes, Thailand.
We all love Thailand.
Yes, Thailand. I wish that I'm kind of sure if she could pass top 5, if she could pass and get into top 5, because there are a lot of strong competitor. But I just keep my wish, okay? If she could get in top 5, she very deadly, Rafa, because she very, she sort of Indian speaker. She got a strong mind. And she very, shrewd.
I just love her personality. I think she's hilarious. Yep. I think she's funny.
Yep. Yes. And she very direct person. So if she could get in top 5 and if she could grab the mic, I can say that I can see her, to be the last to holding hand. Okay. Yep. Okay. But I'm quite not sure if she could pass top 5, because she would. For me, I wouldn't like her passerella that much. It's not my style, okay? Yeah. So that's why I'm very concerned about her walk also. Okay. And yeah, that's 5. Right. Philippines, definitely. She performed really well, in swimming suit. I can say, I'm not biased, okay? Philippines, Samantha just performed.
She's not very tall. She's not very tall, is she?
No. She's not very tall. She's exactly the same height as Nam.
As Thailand, yeah.
Yes, the same height, but she sort of like can I say that
but her height is proportionate to her weight. So
yes.
In some pictures,
a little bit, more proportionate. I can say this, more well proportionate, okay, with her height. And her performance that day beyond my expectation. Because what I saw, it very surprised me. Do you remember that her team released the clip, the clip of her passerella before she flew out of Philippines?
It's called the Granada Walk. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, but in that clip, I think it took when she practiced with a KF, I think, in the court. It's quite totally different from when she really performed,
So she pulled up a surprise. She pulled a surprise to you.
Yeah, she gave me a big surprise because I saw her performance. It's just like, you see, it's I got goosebumps. I mean, it's exceptional good, really good. And it's totally different from what I saw previously in the clip that her team just sent out to the public. So it's a big surprise. And also she really enjoyed. If you've been as seen and you saw her face, you can tell that Samantha got the world in her in her life during Thailand time. She very happy, extremely happy in her eyes, and how she performed is just so natural. So I'm very happy for her, very happy for her. Yep, that she finally find happiness in Thailand. Yep,
So,
she got a big support, very big support.
So she'll be in top 5 for sure.
Yeah, I think for me, I think she's stronger from the performance that she gave that day. I think in Asia she number 1.
Okay, good.
I mean, honestly, okay, from her work, number 1.
Number 6.
Number 6, I think personally I love Peru.
Oh, I gave her good marks, Peru. Yeah.
Yes, Peru.
Yeah.
I mean, I actually at that moment when I turned back and it's just her cue, okay, to perform. I'm pretty, in awe because when she performed and she wore the swimming suit, her figure just perfect. Just perfect.
Perfect.
And when she walk, when she swing her hip, and together with the music, it's exactly, harmonious. It's so like, it's like, seamlessly. So she perfect in my view, Peru.
Right. Number 7.
Yeah. Mexico.
Really? Okay. I think
And she wouldn't, I mean, she wouldn't be conversant in English, and also for her work, she probably not the top one with the work, but overall, she got charisma when she, get out on the stage, and especially before the public eye. You will feel something air, outside her.
Yeah.
That very commanding. When she step, everybody just look at her. She got a commanding power. If if you saw her, with your eyes, you would think. I probably think that you would think the same as me.
Okay.
So yeah, Mexico.
Good. Number 8.
Indonesia.
Okay, I like
Indonesia. Yeah, I mean, Indonesia. Why? I mean, overall factor.
She's one of the tallest girls, I think.
Yes, the tallest girl, very tall, and she got a very good figure. It's curved, and very sensual hip, and nice hair.
I love her video clips too, her vlogs, her little stories and stuff.
Yes, that's right. But why I put Indo into top 10, because in overall aspect, okay, I think she sort of someone that organizations look forward to working with, because she got a very strong support from her team, in the country. And Indonesian has the largest population in Asia. I mean the second, okay, after India. No, the third after India and Chinese, and China. And also the degree of enthusiasm of their fans, just unbelievable. And also personality. She got a very, very nice personality. And she very eloquent. Perfect English speaking. And she's
like a perfect combination of fashion model and beauty queen at the same time.
Yes, that's right. And also a spokesperson as well. She can speak well. She always give answer with every question, and very good answer, like direct answer, but very kind. She know how to speak, I can say. So even though she wouldn't get that perfect walk, I can say, because the best walk is definitely Samantha. In Asia, okay. I mean, I got to be honest, all right. I wouldn't try to win Filipino heart. I don't need to, okay. But it's my own eye, it's my experience. I admire Samantha effort on the stage.
Good. Number 9.
So Pardon? Number 9?
Yeah.
There's a plenty. Number. Okay. It's very very hard.
Just say it, girl.
Yeah. I love Myanmar.
Oh, I love her too.
Myanmar.
Yeah.
Myanmar or Malaysia.
Myanmar
Can I
or
have
Malaysia?
Can I have 11, Rafa? I can't.
Okay,
I
fine.
can't have 10.
Fine. Okay, so number 9 Myanmar. So
Yes.
who's number 10?
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay, let me put in Malaysia.
Yes, Malaysia. Rafa, you will love Malaysia. You will love Jasbel if you meet her in person.
I know. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna love all the girls when I meet them in person. But I think judging from her Instagram account, and
Yeah.
her looks are not very consistent, because most of the time she doesn't look as prepared or as dolled up compared to the other girls. But she has a wonderful personality, I think. Yeah.
I think, in the interview room, she probably one of the top mark. I can tell you. I can say, I'm very confident that she's going to be one of the top mark Malaysia, because she's so eloquent, very articulate. Because I've been conversing with her, during like when I, follow the throng of the ladies, and I talk and how she personate with people, interact with people. It's just so natural. And I think the judge will see the contestant in person, okay, not on the screen. So I mean, according to what I saw in person, Malaysia is just
very strong,
beautiful, attractive, very attractive, and very charming, especially when she speaks. Very charming. So overall, I think she probably could make it in top 10.
Okay, so here's the number 11, the last girl.
The last girl. Oh, it's pretty hard. Oh, can I have 12?
No. That's it. We're running out of time. We have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, definitely Czech Republic.
I thought you were going to say that, but you know what? She hurt her foot during the rehearsal.
Yes. But I think she would be fine before the final. Yes, she would be fine, because I think she collect a massive of mark, okay, since day one. Yeah, so I think she would be fine. And she would conceal her pain, okay, on the stage. I think she can do that. Very capable.
So if they were to crown a European this year, it would definitely be Czech Republic, correct? Just the strongest.
Yeah, definitely.
Strongest European delegate.
Yes, if they would be crowned the European, definitely we'll go to Czech Republic. But still, I do believe that it should be. I mean, the winner would be Latinas. Latina. I mean, what about you?
No, wait. You're reviewing your list. You have Brazil, Puerto Rico, Colombia, Peru, Mexico. There are like 5 Latin countries, and then you have Thailand.
I really, Rafa, I really like to add Venezuela. Asian. I really like to add Venezuela.
Really? Okay. Venezuela this year is not registering to me for some reason. I don't know why.
No, but I believe the sash, like a sash factor.
Yeah.
I think because Venezuela always revive, at the end. I tend to believe that Elena will perform very well in evening gown. Or the PM. Yes, I do believe that she will, perform, exceptionally from like a net course, PM, and final. So it's just my hunch. Okay, it's just my hunch that she can do really well. So I mean,
who do you think?
She can make it. She can make it top 12, sort of, or top 15. If you can add a little bit more. Vietnam also plenty. But if you give me just 12, okay, I would end at Venezuela.
Okay, so what about? I don't see any African countries on your list. Who do you think is the strongest African contestant?
I think Kenya.
Kenya. Okay.
Yes. Because
do you think she will make top 20 at least? If they were to add an African contestant, we should make the top 20. What about South Africa?
I thought I think she not that outstanding. I mean,
Okay. Or
she
Nigeria.
was, yes, she was, overflowed by other ladies. Uh-huh. So if I mean, my personal favorite is Nigeria, but I can say, I must say that from the performance and from figure or overall, I think Kenya. But in person, okay, when I interact, I love Nigeria.
Love Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah, she got very very lovely personality, and she's so beautiful,
Mhm.
so very affectionate, I can say. But if you consider according to performance, I think Kenya would make it.
Okay. This is the big question.
Right.
Who do you want to win?
Okay. Oh, very very hard. But as I say, I do believe that the winner would be Latin.
You
To
think?
be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. Frankly, okay. Frankly, I think the winner will be Latin. And yeah, I love Brazil. I love Brazil. Yeah.
Brazil has never won, so this could be for the first time, the first
Oh,
crown.
really? Really? I didn't realize that, but
Yeah.
I really love Brazil. I wouldn't mind about her face, okay? But
Yeah, I mean she's not the most beautiful facial wise, but
no,
like what you
no,
said, like didn't Nawat say that sometimes
no.
the most beautiful girl is not does not win, or the
No,
or
but
the
I think this way, Rafa. I just try to think that if I'm the owner of the organization, okay, what kind of quality that I'm going to get from the one that I'm going to work with. I think Brazil got everything. Like she
well,
mature.
she's
Yeah.
multilingual. She speaks about three English, Spanish, and Portuguese, I believe. Yeah.
Yes. She very mature, very professional, and very relatable, very humble. And she performed very well. You
Did you see?
see,
Did you see? Did you see that? Did you see her chat with Miss Grand Netherlands? Like Miss Grand
no,
Netherlands.
no,
Oh,
no.
it was so
Tell
funny.
me.
Well, Miss Grand Netherlands, they were still in quarantine and stuff. Miss Grand Netherlands mentioned about her fridge, her little fridge. And Miss Brazil said, "Oh, you have a fridge? I don't have a fridge. What? Everybody has a fridge. Did you look under the sink?" And Miss Brazil goes to her sink, opens the door, and lo and behold, there's a fridge. And for 2 weeks, she didn't realize that she had a fridge.
Oh, so
I thought it was
funny.
funny, yeah. And
I couldn't
maybe
believe
that's the
that.
reason why she's able to keep her lean, sexy figure. Imagine
Yeah.
if she had known she had a fridge, she probably would have buy some junk food and put it in the fridge, and that would probably like ruin her figure. So thank God. So
And
sometimes ignorance is bliss. Yeah.
yes, I mean that she got some quality that I think very easy to work with, because I can see very clearly that she very highly responsible, you know, person. Like she ready to work.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Like when you, yeah.
who would be Brazil's fiercest competitor for the crown? Of all
Mm.
another Latina maybe? Puerto Rico, do you think?
Yeah, I still think that the last two probably be both Latin,
Both
okay,
Latins. Okay.
because yes, a lot of Latinas, a lot of strong Latinas this year. Even though I think that I tend to think, okay, I tend to think that if Nam could make top five, she probably killing at mic.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she wouldn't get that good walk. Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Dramatic, yeah.
she,
Spoiled.
yeah, so that is my big concern. So I try to be realistic, okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
try not to dream of.
So you don't so this year it's not for the Philippines.
I think Sam could be in. I think Sam could be in top 5. For sure. I think I
But you
tend to
don't see
think
her winning.
top 5, but I think Sam. I don't know. In deep down, I think Sam will get some award, some big award. I don't know why, what kind of award, but she will get a very prestigious award. Okay,
Mhm.
but I think for being crowned, because of a lot of strong Latin, I think it's pretty hard, you know, to get across
So
them.
the judges will have a very, very difficult time actually selecting
Yeah.
top 5 this year.
Yeah, yeah. So what about you?
We just, I don't know. Well, see, I'm going to have another chat with 3 pageant fans tomorrow, live on my YouTube channel as well. So you
But
may
at least tell
want to
me.
show.
Tell me.
You may want to share. Well, you know,
To be fair, you know,
I think we
Rafa, to be
share. I
fair.
think we share most of the countries on your top 11. I don't have Malaysia on my list. I don't have
Right,
I don't have Mexico on my list, and I don't have
right,
India on my list. So those 2
right.
countries are out for me. I would
Yeah.
include El Salvador because El
Oh,
Salvador swimsuit
yes,
participation was
yes.
just wowed me. She was amazing. You know, I
I
mean,
love her. I love her. I would like, you know, as that's why I try to say to you, can we make 15? If you allow me to make top 15, I, you know, definitely add El Salvador because she's just amazing. She's just amazing.
I would include United States, not because I'm American, but I think her performance is phenomenal as well, and also her
Yeah.
personality. I mean,
Oh,
she
I forgot her. I forgot
yeah.
her. Indeed.
How could
Yeah.
you forget United States of America? You know, she's
Oh, I love her because you know, she dressed tight. She actually the one that, you know, got a very perfect styling. Okay. She very well prepared. Speak Thai, learn Thai for 4 months before she came to Thailand, and dressed very well. I probably get her into my top 15. Okay.
okay.
Even though you wouldn't allow, I just make myself top 15.
That's fine. I would also include England because I've been
Oh
following
yeah, yeah.
England's journey from the very beginning. I know that for some pageant fans, she doesn't come across as, let's say, as aggressive compared to the Latinas or the Asians, but she's your amazing typical English beauty, beautiful skin, beautiful face, amazing body, and whatnot. So I would definitely put her also on the list. And from I would also maybe put I don't know, Dominican Republic. People, I think she's
Oh,
underrated. Dominican
yes.
Republic is fierce. I think she's
She might, you know, she definitely in my top 15. Okay.
yeah.
Because I still got 3 places left. Okay. So El Salvador and Dominican Republic. Yes. Because she got a very, you know, grateful walk, and I met her in
She speaks
person.
fluent
She's so
English. English is
lovely.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. Good. So we all agree in most of these countries on
What about winner? What about winner?
The winner?
Yeah, to be honest, Rafa.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I hate predictions because what all my predictions in the past 15 years have been all screwed up and they never came true.
That's okay. It's just opinion. That's okay. I would like to hear from you.
Maybe once when I predicted the Miss Universe 2007 winner from Japan. That was my only correct prediction. Okay. And also, oh, by the way, 2018 with Catriona Gray.
Definitely.
But I'm going to predict that this year is also going to be a Latina. And I'm leaning towards either Brazil or Peru. Those two. Yeah.
Yep.
So
yep. Very strong one.
It's a very strong. I would also include Paraguay in the top 20 because I think Paraguay is a very strong candidate.
So what about Philippines? What about Philippines?
I would put Philippines in top 5, but winning, no, I don't see her as a winner. But who knows? There could be a miracle. Who knows? You know.
That's right. But you know, as I told you, I just feel
that
that
the preliminaries, the preliminaries still have to take place. So you never know.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I just feel that she's going to, you know, to get a very prestigious award. I don't know what kind of award, but I think that she's going to win, you know, some kind of award, even though she wouldn't, you know, win the Golden Crown, but she's going to get a very big award. I don't know if there would be any. It's just my hunch.
Okay. Listen, I had a wonderful, amazing time chatting with you and getting to know you. You're such a sweet, lovely, warm, friendly, charming person, and I would love to stay in person. And thank you so much for all that information that you've been providing us, your fans, and also, the rest of the world about Miss Grand International. And I really hope it's going to be a wonderful production that I can feel, I can tell.
Yep.
And I wish to congratulate Mr. Nawat in advance and the entire Miss Grand International organization for just basically taking care of the girls, for treating them like
Yes.
royalties, basically.
Rafa, so do you still have something in your mind to
When I think of it right now,
make up with Mr. Nawat? So if I have time, I will talk to him.
Right now, my mind is blank because I'm starving. It's almost lunchtime and I need to eat. After I eat my lunch, then I will let you know. Okay?
All right. And also, Rafa, because like Miss Scotland, so you miss quite a paramount information before you wrote. Okay, so you can ask me first. Okay, just to
okay, sure.
Just to recheck accuracy. Okay, so I would love to see my friend being panned, okay, after writing something, without, with lack of information. We can share information.
Of course. Of course, we're good friends now, so we can, of course,
yes.
share information.
Am I nice? Am I nice enough?
You are an angel. You're like heaven sent. Yeah, you're heaven sent. And I think it's destiny that we meet at least virtually,
Yeah. Thank you
someday.
so much. And tomorrow, just try to watch the Grand TV. Okay.
I definitely will.
Yeah. Yes, it's going to be telecast from 8 p.m. Philippine time onward. Okay, for next course, and 25 for prelim, the same time, and 27 final. And always also stay on with our page. Sometimes I might live ambush live when I catch some contestant in person or sort of, and also just post some some update in our post. So just stay tuned in our page. And also I would like to thank you, Rafa. Before I came here, I actually a big fan of Rafa, even though I'm so intimidated about your wit.
Well, did I treat you gently? Did I not?
No, you're so kind indeed. No, very nice guy, very smart guy, very kind, and I really enjoy talking with you because you're very straightforward and you always talk what you think, which is, I love it. I would like to spend my time to try to interpret people motive, just waste my time. And I would like to say thank you to all the fans of Rafa that to watch Rafa show with me. And would you mind, Rafa, if I ask for the support from your fans?
Of course, go ahead. And if you have to say something in Thai, speak Thai.
Yes, okay. So okay, because I'm already long years, I've been long years a fans of Rafa, okay, many years, and now I just got a chance to see my favorite one. Okay, so I wish that all many of Rafa fans would follow my journey as well as pageant expert in the future, sort of. Can you you can follow me at my IG, Ko Phanasa, KOPHANASA. And also our page M Pageantry, and my own Facebook is actually in Thai, and I probably load write in Thai and send to Rafa in IG. Okay, it's my Facebook. I would like to thank you, and I wouldn't be growing further without your support, and I'm ready to listen. I'm very open person, very accommodating. So any comments, take I will take your all of your comments with my whole heart. And I'm ready to improve. So you can comment me, you know, whatever it is, but just polite, okay? I love courtesy. And thank you, Rafa, to give me time. And I wish that you would find time as well to feature in our program sometime.
I would really appreciate that. I mean, you know, we're all in the same industry. We need to support each other. That's the only way that we can survive.
Yes, that's right. You know, I'll probably, you know, ask you for time later on, and if we can find the, you know, the perfect time together, I will put the banner. Okay, I think a lot of fans will excite, or probably we can set like a Philippine on fire. Because you've been known. Yes, you've been very well known, you know, and quite right, how can I say, black and white figure in some person, you know, someone really love you, very, you know, love you to death, but someone just scared, you know, just scared of you, you know.
That's scary. That's a lie.
Right. Right. Okay. So thank you for tonight. I really enjoyed for a long talk. I would have, you know, a great sleep after I finally met my favorite one, YouTuber. And ขอบคุณนะครับสำหรับแฟนๆของลาฟาอันนี้โก้คนไทยนะครับโก้ก็อยากจะขอบคุณเวลาที่มารับฟังโก้คุยลาฟาเป็นคนน่ารักมากๆก็ขอให้แฟนคนไทยเนอะติดตามคุณลาฟานะครับแล้วก็ติดตามโก้ด้วยที่ IG Ko Phanasa โก้พนัสสาแล้วก็เพจ M Pageantry แล้วก็ติดตาม IG ของคุณลาฟ้าคือ Critical Beauty Official นะคะแล้วก็ถ้าช่อง YouTube ก็ Critical Beauty
Official yeah
Salon no YouTube is Salon ถ้า YouTube ก็ต้องติดตามคุณลาฟ้า Critical Beauty Salon but if you follow his IG Critical Beauty Official it's a very great channel. Okay, you will have a lot of fun when you're reading his article. I am such a fan. I guarantee you.
Oh God, I can't thank you enough. You should be my public relations director.
Yeah, thank you. You will never get bored, okay, when you visit Rafa blogger blog, you know. You will enjoy a lot of article that like to stir your like your mind. Intelligence.
Yeah. Listen, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening, whatever. And then we're definitely going to watch the national costume competition. And
yes, that's right.
I can't wait to see the beautiful costumes and the grand production. Yes. I'm sure it's going to be much grander than in the past. So
yes, I will attend tomorrow. Okay, just give me some support, Rafa. Okay,
you got my support. 110%, girl. You got it.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rafa.
Thank you.
Okay, and see
people.
you then.
Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you for Ko for.
Thank you so much. ขอบคุณนะครับสวัสดีครับ
Sawadika, virtual hug.
Yeah, see you, Rafa. Okay, bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Take care.
Yeah, take care. Good night.
Good night.